So just to start this off, this movie gets one robot punch.
You gave it one.
That's
Wow.
generous.
You're a kind person. You're so kind. Shitty Cat Month has never been much better described than today, everybody. Today is the day where I don't know if we could go any further with garbage. That has caused us to go garbage.
Well, I don't understand is, like, people say The Love Guru is what killed Michael Myers' career.
A lot of things killed Michael Myers'
But I
career.
feel like this movie should have been, like, what killed it. You know what I mean?
The thing about this movie is because of the heavy prosthetics, you can kind of ignore that it's Mike Myers.
Except every time he opens his mouth.
It's such a...
Right, but unless you're a bit of a Mike Myers fan, a bit of a Mike Myers aficionado, you don't necessarily, like, if you're just strung out bedraggled housewife who's just watching this because they're her, here kids, sit down in front of this Cat in the Hat. That's a Dr. Seuss thing. Yeah, that'll be good, right? Cat in the Hat, Dr. Seuss, good, right?
I don't even understand how Cat in the Hat made Dr. Seuss famous, because even watching the cartoon, I hate Cat in the Hat. Like, I just hate that being.
I never want to watch this movie with fish. I never want to eat it in a dish.
This movie is just...
I would feed it to the fish.
What's that guy's name? It's not Angus.
Angus. Angus McGruff.
Conrad?
There we go.
Old Angus McGruff.
Wasn't that kid in that movie with Bruce Willis?
I think so, yeah.
The kid?
Was... Nah, which movie with Bruce Willis?
Yes, the kid. I think you're right.
The kid.
Yeah.
The kid. Okay.
Yeah, the kid. The kid was the kid.
Literally the kid. Got it. I'm back on track. I'm here. I'm back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Rusty.
I have not watched the kid.
As I recall, it's not awful. It's before Bruce Willis ran out of fucks to give.
Oh yeah.
Before he got the
Razzie Award.
He got his own category this year in the Razzies.
Really?
Yeah.
Worst Bruce Willis performance in 2021 because he did five movies that you've never heard of.
Is he just on the downfall? Like, is he just no longer an A-list, or does he just not give a shit?
I like to take this as the opinion of why Bruce Willis does what Bruce Willis does. Bruce Willis loves money. And if you pay the Bruce Willis price, Bruce Willis will come and read whatever garbage you give, because he will give two fucks about it.
Oh, so he's not an actor; he's a money man.
Yes, he likes the money. So if he's getting paid, if they're willing to pay the Bruce Willis money to get Bruce Willis in it for 5 lines of dialogue, he will come do those 5 lines of dialogue, and then you could put his ass face on the poster, and he could be in it for 2 minutes. I forgot to turn the fan off.
Yeah, I just noticed. I'm like, oh, I hear it.
But he will give 2 ass faces about it, because on Black Friday I bought one of these awful movies that's on the list of Bruce Willis movies, Midnight in the Switchgrass, because I was like, okay, it can't be too terrible, and it's $4. So on Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy for $4, couldn't find a loss. I want my $4 back. But
when do you think? When was the downfall of Bruce Willis?
Any time after
Holy
the 2000s.
Crap!
After the Expendables?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 8 actor credits for 2022.
And he's got one for 2023.
There. He will make the garbage that you seek.
Sweet Christmas.
I wonder if this man owes money.
Probably.
Oh yeah, Midnight in the Switchgrass.
It is not good.
How is he a star in it, or is he just?
He's on the poster.
That's good.
He's in the movie.
For how long?
If I add up all the times he's in the movie, he does have a pretty long speech with Megan Fox. So let's go with about 10 minutes.
Oh.
Well, didn't Megan Fox also get like isn't she nominated for the Razzies?
Midnight in the Switchgrass.
I imagine Megan Fox, every movie she's in gets a Razzie, because
Emile Hirsch is in that movie too. It's pretty terrible.
Who's Emile Hirsch?
Girl Next Door. Did you see that movie?
John. No. That's Taylor Kitsch.
Yeah, that's Taylor
I always sort of conflate them in my. Emil Hirsch is Speed Racer.
Oh, him! I really like him.
Racer.
He did that movie about Into the Wild.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that guy.
That's why I was like, okay, this cast isn't awful.
And then,
so I bought it for fun. I was like, okay, so $4, and it's a.
It's a dog shit.
It's a dog shit.
It's a big pile of
It's
steamy
it's
poop.
a bad. Because Megan Fox tries her damnedest to act, and
is it bad?
Oh, it's a bad.
See, that's the thing. It's like it just lets you know that like if you're really good looking, you could just kind of go through life.
If you were one time in a Transformers movie, you too.
Well, I mean, Megan
The
Fox,
funny thing is,
she did
go back and watch Flipping Transformers 1. You know who the flippin' hero of Transformers 1 is?
Anthony
Flippin' Megan Fox. You know who the flippin' hero of Transformers 1 is? You know who the flippin' You know who the flippin' hero of Transformers 1 is? Flippin' Megan Fox. You know who the flippin' hero of Transformers 1 is? Watch Flipping Transformers 1. Flippin'.
You know who the flippin' hero of Transformers 1 is?
Flippin' Megan Fox. And watch Flipping Transformers 1. And watch Flipping Transformers 1. Flippin' Megan Fox. You know who the flippin' hero of Transformers 1 is?
Flippin'.
Watch Flipping Transformers 1. Watch Flipping Transformers 1. Watch Flipping Transformers 1.
Flippin' Megan Fox. You know who the flippin' hero of Transformers 1 is?
Anthony
Flippin' Megan Fox. Flippin' Michaela is the flippin' hero of Flippin'. It is not Mr. LaBeef.
Explain.
It is not Shia LaBeouf. It is Flippin' Megan Fox.
Well, explain.
Because the whole movie, Shia LaBeouf's character is being a spastic, crazy person. With it's both, but in
Kid counter.
in 2, I don't know. It's been a while since I watched 2. I watched 1 here not too terribly long ago, and I was like, "Holy crap! Michaela's the hero of this movie."
One, I didn't think he was that insane.
He's not insane. He's a 25-year-old playing an 18-year-old. So I shouldn't say that. He's 18, and so like he's sort of a reliably Shia LaBeouf 18-year-old.
Even Stevens.
What if Even Stevens grew up to be 18 and a spaz? That's and like
and saw Transformers.
and was in a Transformers. Like what if Shia LaBeouf's character from Even Stevens was in a Transformers movie?
Yeah.
That's what this is. That's absolutely what it is. And that's what they wanted. It's what they got. That's fine. I don't have a problem with Shia's performance in that movie.
Yeah.
As it's written, as it exists, as it is. But the Sam Witwicky character in that movie is not the hero. He has Bumblebee is his car, but at the end of the movie, during the climax, when he's like running around with the Allspark, who's got Bumblebee hooked up on a tow truck, driving around like a crazy person, blowing shit up, taking care of business, Flippin' Michaela.
It's
Right.
like Dark of the Moon. Who convinced it? Who because
Right, because the girlfriend is the hero in
girlfriend
that
talks
movie too.
Megatron into actually fighting and killing the other guy.
Yeah.
Because Optimus is losing.
Oh, yeah.
And the girlfriend's like, "No, you were supposed to be the boss. How come you're not get?"
Right,
You're
reverse
not
right.
boss."
Like, looks like
It
Sentinel Prime's made you his bitch.
It seems like
yes.
Megatron is a simp.
And then Megatron stands up and shoots Sentinel Prime, and then you're like, "Well, that girl saved the day."
Yeah.
The girl that's in that movie for 15 hot minutes from a 3-hour movie.
She never returned, right?
No.
Nobody after 3 returned, except for randomly the generals and other stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
And Bumblebee
what's
and-
his name?
Besides the Transformers.
Josh Duhamel shows back up in one of them.
Last
one of
night.
the last ones.
Last night he shows up.
Is that the one where they ride the dinosaurs?
No,
No,
that would be
that's
the fun
4.
one. That would be the fun, wacky ass one.
Which is the one?
Last night's the shitty.
Last
shitty,
night
shitty,
is
shitty
the one
Why don't we do
where you have
Transformers?
where you have their 4 Transformers 4 is the movie where there's an interesting movie there if you suck the Transformers
fine.
out of it.
That was 5.
Or Last Night.
Last night's 5.
Last Night is the movie where there's an interesting thing. There's an interesting story here.
Because
if you-
Age of Extinction.
If you remove the Transformers.
Now, question:
Possible answer.
the dinosaurs, right? Because I didn't
The
watch all of them.
Dinobots,
Whatever
go
they
on.
were,
Dinobots.
they couldn't speak, right? They were just robots that turned into
They
dinosaurs.
talk in the cartoon.
Yeah, but in the
In the movie, they didn't talk.
Yeah, in the movie they just seemed like they were like cavemen, like they were just cave.
They could like say their name and that was about it.
That's so dumb.
Did they
They're
ever-
robots.
Did they ever transform?
Yeah, they transform real for like in Last Night they transform for that hot minute in the city, and then in the Age of Extinction they do transform.
Oh, they come
Okay.
back?
They came back in Last Night, but they get blown up, and then you never see them again.
Well, no,
because-
they're in the junkyard, and then you
Yeah,
never
they're in
see
the
them again.
junkyard because
Or it's
the-
like baby ones. They're
they're
see
the big ones. The big ones are there too.
Are they? I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
because Last Night is so forgettable. I had to see that movie fucking 4 times. I never
Oh
wanted to
my
see that.
goodness.
Which one has Mark Wahlberg in it?
Last Night and Age of Extinction.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4 and 5.
Okay. Are they making any more?
Yes, there's one next year.
Who's
Beast
in it?
Wars is next year.
Beast. That's what I'm talking about. Optimus, the Ape Prime, Cheetor, Rat Trap. Rat Trap was my favorite.
Fuck. Dinobot? Dinobot.
The
was my favorite.
hippopotamus.
No, Dinobot.
Don't you remember? Well, don't you remember the love story between the tiger and the
Yeah,
other
the tiger and the hawk.
Oh, was it the
It
hawk?
was a hawk.
It wa-
That's why he becomes Tiger Hawk.
Oh, because they fuck.
No, because they
get
do that. They do
merged.
that combo. They do that merge sequence.
Well, like,
It's like
Beast-
Cheetor and somebody gets merged together.
yeah, Beast Wars get weird.
Yeah.
No, Tiger Hawk,
Yeah, that's what I said.
Tigertron
is that
and the
one.
Hawk get
They get fused
merged.
together.
Dude, I really like
and
that.
then
Then who else gets merged? The Scorpion and somebody else gets merged in the bad guys, right?
I don't
Scorponok
remember.
and-
It's been a long time.
Doesn't the Rhino go bad once they go into?
That's Beast Machine.
Beast Machines, yeah.
Yeah.
Beast Machines is the like really esoteric, strange thing that
Yeah, we're,
is kind of delightful, but it's also really
it's weird.
strange.
It's yeah.
weird.
Like I remember when it came out, and I was like, "Yo,
There's only 52 episodes of Beast Wars. What a shock.
That show was probably a little on the expensive side to produce
I mean,
because
I
it's
could watch it
CGI
again.
in the early '90s. It was,
Yeah.
like that show
But
could
it was-
not have been reasonably priced.
I remember that show coming out in the mornings, and I didn't care about getting late to school because I was gonna make sure I watched Beast Wars.
Love it to me some Beast Wars.
Now,
Now,
back to Cat in the Hat.
don't love. Cat in the Hat don't love.
What like was Cat in the Hat like the original Dr. Seuss creation? Like as in is that what made
It was
Dr.
probably
Seuss
his
Dr.
most
Seuss?
popular one.
Rise of the Beasts, Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, 2023.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the main character?
Plot unknown, reportedly based on Transformers spin-off Beast Wars.
Anthony Russo is the guy.
Ron
Ron
Perlman.
You know he's also gonna do Hellboy 3.
No, he's not. He says he wants to do. He said they should do a Hellboy 3. He's not going to do it.
What? No, he said.
You have to read the context of what he said.
He
He's
said-
not going to do it.
He said, "I'm 69. Do I want to do it? No. But do the fans deserve it? Yes."
That's what he said, but he's not going to do it.
Listen, Rob. I know you're listening.
Ron.
Get the red
Ron,
face
we're
paint.
on the Cat in the Hat, but by George, you talk about this.
Well, okay, let's see. What would have made the Cat in the Hat better?
If it was Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
If it was,
Think about it. Think about
if
how
it was-
great
I'm gonna
Steve
name
If it was
Buscemi-
Ron
I'm gonna name
Perlman,
every
yes.
podcast this month Steve Buscemi's. That's what,
I'm just saying, I think Steve Buscemi could just play a great cat person.
That's the title. That's the title of every podcast this month. Steve Buscemi's the Garfield movie. Steve Buscemi's the Cat in the Hat.
I'm just saying, picture in your head. I just picture Steve Buscemi's.
You just picture Steve Buscemi and everything.
Well, he's just got the face, the laughter. He's got the sarcasm of what the Cat in the Hat is.
This movie wasn't fun.
No.
It was not fun. As soon as I saw Alec Baldwin, I was like, oh no. Alec Baldwin.
I want this version of Jazz. I want Jazz that's the little silver and blue Porsche.
I wonder, are they going to kill
That's
Jazz
what
off?
I want.
That's why I'm so mad that they killed Jazz off in the
They
first
killed
one.
Jazz in the first. Was it Jazz? Was
Yeah,
Jazz?
Jazz,
Jazz.
the coolest black one, and dies
Yeah, I was about to say,
immediately.
one gets ripped in half by
That's-
Megatron.
that's-
Yeah,
Jazz.
within 5 minutes.
Good old Jazz.
Jazz is my favorite Autobot, so. Oh, those are the. Okay.
But-
But this, like, Mike Myers wasn't fun. It was so over. It was a very
This-
for a PG movie. It was so over sexualized.
This movie, the longer this movie went, the more I was like, they did not know what they wanted to do with this
No.
movie. It's like I wonder if. Well, no, there had to be because so many of his jokes were
Like,
like had props and stuff. So like, you couldn't like I was like, did they not give did Mike Myers get to write his own
He
dialogue?
probably didn't write anything. He
Did
just
this-
probably came in there and just Mike Myers did.
Is
Well,
it,
no, because the thing is, like a lot of the the whole like mom and
Yeah.
centerfold thing. Like, there's a prop involved in that. Like he couldn't have ad-libbed that.
But you know
they
what?
had to cook up a prop for that.
but if you
True
have you
story.
ever watched the cartoon Cat in the Hat?
Yes,
Not
I've seen the Cat in the
recently,
cartoon.
when I was a
You know,
kid.
well, I saw
I
it
haven't
not
seen
too
it
long ago.
recently,
Like
but-
I saw it within
Well,
a
you
couple
have-
months
you
ago.
have
Yeah,
children, so go
exactly.
on.
And they also do references. Like there's a reference where he's singing a song about like where you got to write down numbers to where if you lose something you write down a number. Like the song, I don't remember the song, but the premise of it is they were looking for something, and wherever you were looking,
I
you
thought
would
they
write.
just read the book.
You would write. No, there's like an hour. It's an hour-long cartoon.
I feel like we're talking different things then.
Yeah, it's an old one, but in the
Because
song.
the old one just read the book, because that's what I had.
Yeah, no. He sings along, and so like he's like if you need to find something, you got to go to the places, and so he goes, you got to write 1,101 right here, and then you got to write 1,000, whatever, and then there's a part where he says, there's a character he writes, and he says 420.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just there was a lot of references
okay,
to smoking pot.
there's the Cat in the Hat 1971. That's probably the one that
It's probably the one I'm talking about.
Elijah is talking about, but there's one from 2010. The Cat in the Hat knows a lot about that. 2010.
No, I think
What was the
talking
art
about-
style?
It's all. It's
I think it's
hand-drawn.
that one.
It actually looks like the art style looks very similar.
I don't know.
Did it look like this?
Yeah.
This is a half hour.
Oh, it felt like an hour.
I was like, this is.
But
a
there's
half
that song though. You know what song I'm talking about, where he talks about like they're missing something, and so he's like, all right, you got to write down. And he's like, this table, it's not on the table. Write 1,332 on this table, and then.
Cat in the Hat knows that as a TV series also.
I don't know.
There was a video game for this movie. Sorry.
But did this movie come out before The Grinch or after The Grinch?
This came out after the Grinch. That's
Okay,
why
so
they did it.
That's what I was gonna say. Like
Because the Grinch made so much money. They were like, "Yay, money!" It was like
Let's put a comedic actor in an iconic Dr. Seuss role.
live action it. Let's do it.
but it's just.
Next up, the Lorax.
I mean, the thing is though, it's like when you look at the Grinch is still scary, but like lovable. Like the costume, the design for it. Like he looks like the Grinch in the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the Cat in the Hat, and then you look at like the Michael Myers one, it's terrifying. Like he would give me nightmares. Like I would, If I saw that man in real life in that prosthetic, I'd have a panic attack.
I think my problem with this movie versus The Grinch is that The Grinch
Had Steve Buscemi.
was this Christmas movie where everybody looked a little bit weird. Whereas in this movie, it was the Cat in the Hat, this weird thing, thrown in with normal looking people. So you just are like, this is weird. Why don't they look like Who's?
Well, in the cartoon, they don't. They just look like regular.
Well, yeah,
people.
but I'm not. I'm just saying, like, that's why I think people like they can get past the weird
face looking,
understanding
yeah,
of the movie because this is all imaginary world. And then you just are like, why is this cat talking? And they're like, what? These kids need their therapy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think if the Cat in the Hat came into my house, I'd kill it.
Come on.
As soon as I opened the door and I saw that thing, shotgun, bump.
As soon as it's because it seems like they're putting the Cat in the Hat in like normal reality.
Yeah, but
whereas the Dr. Seuss the Grinch is like, here's this fantastic tale about Who's that live in Whoville on a snowflake, and like so. Whereas the Cat in the Hat's like, we're gonna take this cat and we're gonna put it in here, and he's gonna do some weird ass shit.
This cat
and then
the cat
ride an old lady down a hill and sexually assault
I mean, I assume because of this movie, this is what transitioned all the Dr. Seuss movies to be all animated, like CGI.
Yes, this was the big flop that they were like, this movie cost us so much money and it made no money.
What year was this movie made?
2003.
Well, how much did it cost?
A ton of money.
Oh, hang on.
You and your money questions.
Hang on. Let me scroll down here.
It's all about the monies.
They did a pretty good job on this website. Budget $109 million.
Well, how much did it gross?
Total gross $101 million. Worldwide gross $133 million.
So
it made back its budget, but it did not make them any money. Is how I would put it.
I mean, isn't it good
opening weekend $38 million?
No question. Isn't it though a win if you break even?
I think it all depends on what you're doing because that's also just their budget. That doesn't include promotion. So promotion, you typically add another $100 million on that.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is double the budget for marketing.
Yeah, because marketing and all that isn't the exact same as the budget for the movie. That's just production money.
Okay.
That's how much it costs to physically make the movie, not to be like, go watch The Cat in the Hat.
Context.
Yeah.
The live action Grinch movie, budget 123, estimated, gross worldwide 345.
So did that break even then? If you're doubling,
it tripled its money.
So
almost,
it made them an extra $100 million.
Right.
Okay.
So it made enough to make The Cat in the Hat.
It realistically, they broke even on U.S. and Canada alone, and so anything they did
outside,
their domestic, their international box office receipts were to the good. I'll let and that mostly paid for
now
the Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
And actually, that it's entirely possible that they said, "Oh, well, we'll just take the $100 million that we made from the Grinch and pump it right into the Cat in the Hat, make another, ka-chink, bring in another $100 million, just keep the train rolling." But this didn't bring in another $100 million.
Do we know how much Mike Myers got paid to do this role?
I have no idea. That's probably an unknown amount of.
No, you'd have to
that budget.
Oh, so you'll never know how much.
You'll never know how much people make in that movie.
No, unless you get a hold of their tax records. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I just like I said, when I saw this movie, it just to me, I'm not gonna show Harrison a row in this movie ever.
What? Why not? It's such a child-friendly movie.
Oh,
teach them to destroy the house, and then a magic cat will come save the day.
But it's just like I said, I don't understand how this just didn't kill his career. Just because there was more Shreks. There were more Shreks, and then
because Shrek was making him tons of money, so there's no need to even if you're making the Shrek money, You don't need to do anything else from there. Cameron Diaz quit.
Really?
Eddie Murphy's done. I'm just naming people in the Shrek movies that stopped pretty much working.
After Shrek?
Yeah. Like if you track them all the way, like Shrek 4 is like the last thing like they kind of all did. They did some things after that, but then they were like, everyone was like, I'm done.
Because Shrek made that much money?
I think they make money. They made money off of that movie like hand over fist because they like wanted everyone to come back and they were paid that much. I will never know how much they were paid.
Well, speaking of which, aren't they shutting down the Shrek ride at Universal?
Probably. I thought they already did. They already did, and they put a Minions ride in it. I thought.
No, when I was there, it was still going, but I think it's officially shut down now. Shrek.
Okay, so trivia.
Ooh, yeah.
According to Mike Myers, less than a month before the film released, the producers made plans for a sequel based on the book sequel, The Cat in the Hat Comes Back. However, Audrey Geisel, Dr. Seuss's widow, was so appalled by the movie that she decided to reject any future live-action adaptations of her late husband's work.
Good
The
for her.
sequel was eventually canceled. So it's actually this movie being awful is
Saved us
why
some more.
we don't have any more live-action adaptations. Why they've all been
Saved us some
computer.
more.
Why they've all been animated.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to see like a live action version of like Horton.
Why?
You want to see a live-action?
I feel like we
live-action
could just do the
elephant?
Butter
Hold on.
Battle book better than that.
Yeah,
that
I
would've
mean,
been
like
interesting.
if they did it the same way they did Garfield, I feel like it would have come out really good. Have the guy
Do the Sneetches live action
yeah,
next.
you know what I mean? Have the guy who voices Jimmy Johns,
You guys know
You know,
way more.
the Jimmy Johns guy.
Dr. Seuss
You
used
guys
to be my.
do know way more Dr. Seuss than I do.
My grandma used to buy me a Dr. Seuss book a month
Wow.
when they were doing like the Dr. Seuss Club book thing.
Well-
So you get green eggs and ham for free, and then she would like order me each of the other books. So at her house we used to have a stack of like Dr. Seuss books that would go up to like.
That's
my
awesome.
leg.
I mean, I think Green Eggs and Ham is probably my favorite one.
I like Go Dog Go.
So, I just.
Or My Left Foot, I think, is another good one.
But like I said, like I never understood like the Cat in
The
the
Cat in the
Hat.
Hat wasn't my favorite, but I think The Cat in the Hat is like it's like Mickey is not the best cartoons that Disney made, but Mickey's the mascot of
Yeah.
Disney. Like it's like Donald cartoons are Goofy like they made more Goofy cartoons than they did Mickey Mouse cartoons.
Yeah.
So, like I think that's the example I would use. It's like, yeah, Cat in the Hat's not that, but he's a good mascot for. If you need to think of an iconic Dr. Seuss image, he will sell your kids' books.
Now, question: going into Goofy, why can Goofy talk, but why is Pluto just a dog in this animal world?
Because Pluto, it was a savage animal that is now being slowly tamed by the mouse.
I just
And you're thinking,
Pluto's parents.
inbred.
Pluto's dad didn't do it with a human.
yeah,
Goofy's dad did it with a
there we
human.
go, problem solved.
Ah,
So
It's like if you think too hard
So-
about most of Disney stuff, you sit there and you go, "Huh, Goofy has a kid. That means Goofy has sex.
Goofy fucks.
That means Goofy fucks.
so does Pete.
And so does Pete.
oh, we should
But at
have a
least
shirt
but at
that
least we
says
saw
that.
Pete's wife.
Yo, Pete's wife is a fucking MILF. Sorry.
Peg.
Yeah, Peg can get it.
Oh, Peg, come on. Love Goof Troop.
That's such a good movie. Does Goofy's wife die? Is that what happens?
We never really find out what happens to Goofy's wife.
Yeah, the implication realistically is
Somewhere
that
she probably passed.
she either dies in childbirth
Did
or
Max like eat his way out of the womb?
What? He's not an
He,
alien.
like alien. He was like, that's how it happens.
He
That's
didn't burst out on a
well, no,
skateboard.
well, I mean, if Goofy's having sex with a human, then Max is some weird abomination that came out like aliens and just ripped out his mom's uterus, killed her, and Max was there, and like Goofy's like, oh gosh.
Golly gee.
Oh. You know,
No yuck there.
honestly, I don't know what it is about Steve Buscemi, but he could be in anything.
Let me switch back to Steve Buscemi. But this, like, I think but back to Cat in the Hat, this, like, the joy was sucked out of this. Like, I don't know what it was. It just was not, like, they tried to do iconic images. All I can remember from, from, I guess, middle, like, 2000, like, my teenage years, was I remember going into, like, stores, and they had shelves full of the car. I remember the car being a big hit, like a big toy that no one bought. But they had shelves of it. Like it was going to be this big thing. And I remember just seeing them like lower the prices. Like I would walk into like KB Toys and they'd have like section in the middle, like the Cat in the Hat mobile. And it would be like marked down from like 20 to like 10 to like 5 to like, please take them.
Buy one, get 3 free. Well, you know, what I think what was so weird was just like the scenery, you know, inside of it, like how it was
really colorful.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of like Blue's Clues.
For a movie that's supposed to take place when it rains all day and the kids can't go outside. That's what happens in the book. That's why the Cat in the Hat comes, because it's raining outside and they can't play outside.
Sorry.
I know this movie made me want to sleep too.
Well, it's just like I don't know if like what's hard about this movie is like trying to stay focused and watching it for more than 5 minutes.
The issue is the plot of this movie changes every 5 minutes.
We gotta stop Alec Baldwin from seeing his mom. We gotta
we have to stop Alec Baldwin. We have to have fun. We have to
teach these kids about.
We have to teach these kids about being.
One has to learn that
good siblings, and we have to watch the Cat in the Hat make weird adult jokes for 10 minutes.
Or do a parody of a kitchen.
We get sucked into the crate. Yeah, we get random cooking show segment in the middle of this movie.
Or we get sucked into the crate for no good reason.
Yeah, like there's just like
I was like, why couldn't they just have been sucked into the crate?
Well, like yeah, I really truly believe that they did not really know what they wanted to do with this movie.
And this director, by the way, has not directed anything else really after this.
This is true.
Was this their biggest?
It was his biggest thing. His other directorial things after the Cat in the Hat are
like TV.
5 episodes of a series of unfortunate events, and that's it.
Well, series of unfortunate events is really weird. It gives me the same kind of Cat in the Hat feels.
But from 2003 to 2017, that's what he did.
Well, I mean,
and then he did 2 episodes of the Tick Show before the Cat in the Hat.
Well, the question is like, would you really trust somebody with $100 million?
And also, interesting point of fact, Grinch directed by Ron Howard.
Yeah, I was about to say Ron Howard directed the Grinch. I knew that. That was the intrigue. I did know that Ron Howard did that. That's why it's a little bit cinematically better looking.
Is Ron Howard considered like Hollywood royalty?
Here's Ron Howard. Ron Howard makes a good movie, and then a not good movie. Good movie, not good movie. Good movie, not good movie. That's my opinion on Ron Howard. Yeah. But everybody likes Ron Howard because Ron Howard, I guess, is very pleasant to work with.
He's been in Hollywood. You know, he was Richie Cunningham on Flippin' Happy Days.
Yeah.
Like the kid has been.
Wasn't he
on the guy has
the Andy
been.
Griffin Show?
No.
Yes.
Oh yeah, what was?
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was Opie or whatever.
Yeah, that's how I know him as.
I knew he was.
Now that you mention it.
And his daughter's now famous.
You know, yes, his
Bryce Dallas Howard's directing episodes of
daughter's Bryce Dallas. Yeah.
And is in the Jurassic World franchise making.
Well, that's nepotism for you.
Just.
As far as it goes, I think.
I
mean, don't get me wrong. She got a leg up because she's.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think. But do you think lately she's earning her keep?
She can act too.
I'm not saying she can't.
Why do you hate Bryce Dallas Howard?
What I'm saying is
because she's not Jessica Chastain. But
I just feel like the problem is that like when you have someone, when you know somebody in Hollywood or have family in Hollywood, it's easier to get.
Of course it is. That's anywhere.
Yeah.
I could make it easier for you to get a job at the movie theater because I would have to interview you.
If you go to Yale, it's easier for your kids to go to Yale.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go to Yale.
There you go.
There you go.
Yale, if you're listening.
Yale, would you like to sponsor our podcast? You too.
Any Ivy League school that's listening to us, which I know all of you guys are because, you know, you're studying us.
You're studying us.
You have savants here. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Now, the real question is, do you think that they will ever, like, redo the Cat in the
Yeah,
Hat?
they already have plans. They're doing an animated
animated
Cat in
one?
the Hat. Yeah.
Okay.
One of my favorite adaptations of the Cat in the Hat is probably the Wubulous World of Dr. Seuss. I liked that TV show. I thought that was an interesting little take on Dr. Seuss stuff. It didn't do it made up different stories for children,
Mm-hmm.
but it used the Dr. Seuss sort of characters as this universe.
Oh, okay.
But they were all puppets. They were all Muppet style puppets.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was neat.
A little brief history about Dr. Seuss. Didn't he start off making political cartoons? Or something like that?
If you look at, I was actually looking at his writing filmography. In the 40s, he was writing Infantry Blues, Spies, Booby Traps, Snafooperman, Private Snafu versus Malaria Mike. Like, he was doing these army films for the troops in World War II. Like, this is 43, 44.
That's
By the
crazy.
So
way-
yeah, he started out writing educational films for the army. Yes.
This is how you get
absolutely.
syphilitis.
That's how you get syphilis. Dude, you see this, don't touch this. You see this, don't touch that.
This goes boom.
This goes boom.
Boom kaboom. Not
Tick,
for you.
tick, boom. And in the future, Andrew Garfield gets nominated for Academy Award for Tick, Tick, Boom.
Your job in Germany. Our job in Japan.
Kill the Germans, yeah.
Oh yeah, das ist gut.
Private Snafu presents Seaman Tarfu
Yeah, he said C.
in the Navy. I don't know what Tarfu is. I know what Snafu is. I don't know what
I'm
Tarfu
pretty
is.
sure they're talking about scabies.
I'm pretty sure they're talking about something that's probably racist.
or an STD. Like, I could, that's the thing. I feel like you could use the Dr. Seuss, the way he rhymes and makes these fake words up. Like, I feel like you could use that for little kids to learn about STDs and how bad it is. You know what I mean? Like,
Because got started young learning about those STDs.
yo, I'm serious.
You
If
sit there with Rowan and you're just like, so,
yes,
the way the scabies scratch.
yes.
The way the scabies scratch
Look,
up my back.
I'm serious. My sons, both my boys, just know how, they're already ladies, man. Okay, they, any woman that walks by, they say hi, they run up, they try to give him hugs. Harrison sees a little girl, he tries to give her a hug and a kiss. Rowan, relentless, sits on women's laps, doesn't stop. So yeah, I feel
And I'm
like
sure they hate it.
the women don't hate it; they think it's cute, and I hate it because it's just like.
Because you see your genetics.
Well, but yeah, because it's just like, bro, you can't be doing that. Like, at one point, you're gonna be 3 years old, and then you're gonna turn 5, and it's gonna be like, all right, this isn't cute anymore. This kid's now,
I'd argue he's still 5.
So, I just.
It gets weird when he's like
Eventually,
12.
the thing is, he gets too big to sit
Yeah.
on laps, and that's when it
I was
changes.
going to say, once it gets to the weird point,
Yeah, but-
you will know that. And I'm hopeful that other people will know that and not be like, dude, kid, you're sexually harassing me. Be like, yo, kid, you're too big.
Well, we'll see.
And also, this is where parenting comes in, Louis.
Well, that's what I'm trying to teach him
You
about.
don't stand there
That's
and
what I'm
be
trying
like,
to teach
go,
him
buddy,
about.
go!
Well, that's what I'm trying to teach him about Dr. Seuss syphilis at an early age, so they understand about STDs.
Oh, the condom you put on.
Yes, they definitely need to know about protection. You know what I'm saying? 15 minutes of pleasure could be a lifetime of pain.
That doesn't rhyme, Dad. If you're going to be the next
Wrap
Dr.
it before you tap it. In this country, you pay child support.
This country. We are the poster men.
Oh, Dr. Seuss.
Sometimes.
By the way, everybody, since we didn't say that, Cat in the Hat, that's what we're talking
Oh
today.
my goodness, you're right. We didn't do any of the introductory stuff, did we?
Nope. Cat in the Hat, Mike Myers, Dakota Fanning, that one kid that we talked about already.
The kid from The Kid.
Hang on, I'll get his name. I got his.
Alec Baldwin.
I want to keep calling him Angus, but it's not.
Angus McGruff here.
Well, no, wasn't the kid from Two and a Half Men called Angus?
Spencer Breslin.
Now you're
Alec
gonna
Baldwin.
Now you're maybe look up 2.5 Men.
Kelly Preston. That's pretty much it.
No,
Sean Hayes. He's in this movie for 10 whole seconds.
Dan Castellaneta. I just want to say, yeah, it is Angus.
Yeah.
That's the kid from 2.5 Men.
I've never watched 2.5 Men in my life.
IMDb 2.5 Men. That's what I did.
Men, manly men. Oh, Angus. What kind of name is that?
What an inappropriate story.
Cow name.
Okay. But so as far as let's do the shitty cat month ranking so far. So we have Cat in the Hat right now and Garfield. If we had to watch one of them again, which one would we pick?
I'd watch Garfield.
Yes.
Yes, Garfield would probably be my choice also.
Yes.
I'd watch Garfield in a heartbeat. I fucking listen to Jimmy John's Guy all day.
I was like, I would probably pick Garfield also.
Garfield at least tells a cohesive story.
So far Garfield has ranked number 2 because shittiest goes first. So Cat in the Hat is winning.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
That
I think the cat
is fair. Yes.
I think the cat is gonna take it. It's gonna be the.
I don't know. We got 2 more.
See,
We got Catwoman and we got cats.
But the thing is that with Catwoman is, it's Halle Berry. You know what I mean? Like you could put it on mute. It's Halle Berry.
He raises a valid point. Part of the reason why. Part of the reason why Garfield edges a little bit is Jennifer Love Hewitt in a tight dress.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest here, folks.
You know what I mean? Like, I would have sex with Catwoman. I would not have sex with Cat in the Hat.
I would not have sex with Cat in the Hat. I would not have sex with it in a box. I would not have sex with it with a fox.
Not on a train, not in the rain.
Not here or there, not anywhere. So
we will just put that in a box and leave it. Oh Lord. So let's robot punch the Cat in the Hat out. Since we already talked about it pretty much. Half.
I agree, half.
Garbage. I'm lucky that I already had it for free from just points that I had from Universal that they gave me a free movie, so I just got the Cat in the Hat.
It was streaming somewhere.
My Universal rewards. Ding! I bought.
It was streaming, so I forget where it was streaming.
It's now Hulu. It says. It keeps switching around.
I watched it somewhere. Yeah.
But I had a copy already a long time ago that I had gotten from a rewards program.
I wonder how long it took to put on the prosthetics for a Cat in the Hat.
Probably too long.
Because didn't it take how long did it take Jim Carrey like 6-7 hours?
Oh,
Jim Carrey's not green.
A lot of times it takes.
Here's the question: how do I get myself into the movies?
Move to Hollywood.
No, well, living here, I can't move, but I can go to Philly.
Define movies.
Not sexual.
Well, can't help you.
When keep
can't-
your ear to the ground. When they are filming a movie in Philadelphia, apply to be an actor or apply to be an extra. Do that a handful of times. You can get your SAG card. Then you're off to the races.
I can let you know when my friend's filming stuff in New York.
Put Daddy on. I can act.
Put Daddy on. That's on the card. Put Daddy on.
Put Daddy on. All right. Look, I can act. Okay. All right. You know what I mean?
Are you sure?
Oh yes.
Ken, what time are we at? So that I don't have to fill the time with mocking Lewis.
We're so good. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're all by an hour.
So check out our website, www.thepostmanpodcast.com. Send us some emails to thepostmanpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter @thepostmanpod. Check us on Instagram @thepostmanpodcast. Find us on Facebook @thepostmanpodcast. Check us out Letterboxd @thepostmanpod. You can find all the reviews for movies I've seen, which will include most of the new movies and Spider-Man.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Buenas noches, amigos.
We'll see you all next week with Catwoman.
Bye, everybody.